Look, if you're training 1 to 2 times a week, you're doing more than most people, right? But let me ask you a question. Why are you not training 6 times a week? I've been training 6 times a week for many years now, and I get this question quite a lot, of like, oh my God, that's so much. Like, how do you manage that? Don't you get tired and stuff like that? And my answer is always, well, no, I don't get tired. And I don't get tired because I have the systems in place which prevent me from getting tired. And I would go as far as saying that it is way easier to actually train every single day than to just manage training 3 times per week. Because if you say that you're gonna train every day, then you just don't think about it. You have to go every single day. It's not like you have to think about whether you're gonna do it today or whether you're gonna do it tomorrow. You're doing it every single day, and this simplicity is so great. It helps you tons, and training becomes this everyday habit that you are doing, and it becomes part of your identity. In my experience, training 6 times per week or even every day is way superior to just going to the gym twice. Just think about it. If you're training 6 times a week, that means that compared to someone going 3 times per week, you are training twice as much. They don't have any chance competing with you. Now, recovery is a very important factor here, which you have to take into account, and you have to structure your training in a way that allows your muscle groups and your nervous system to recover. A great tool for fatigue management and recovery is obviously a rest day. And this kind of goes against training every single day, but it does not go against training 6 times per week. If you really feel like you need a rest day, you can incorporate that into your routine, but most people rest too much and train too little, in my opinion. 1 rest day should be enough for you to recover and be able to train again. The secret to training 6 to 7 times a week is a good workout split and a lower training volume. If you look at what most people are doing, they are going to the gym twice per week or maybe 3 times per week, but those sessions are very intense and they are very long. Like they are there for 2 to 3 hours at a time, which does not make any sense to me. There are 2 important pieces of data that you should keep in mind when programming your hypertrophy training. The first one is that workout sessions should not be much longer than 60 minutes. After that 60-minute mark, you are being counterproductive because your body goes into this fight or flight mode, and that results in a cortisol spike, which suppresses testosterone, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and that is a very important hormone for you to actually build muscle. The stimulation that your muscles need in order for them to grow can be achieved in under 60 minutes. And what that means is that you are putting unnecessary stress on your body by going past that 60-minute mark. And the second thing is that you should be training each muscle group twice per week for optimal growth. And this is where training 6 times per week comes in, because you can start with a classic push-pull legs split and then do that twice per week and you're there. Now, another important thing to keep in mind is cardiovascular training, right? Because you don't want to be the guy who cannot go up the stairs without breathing heavy. Yeah, and also cardiovascular training helps with building muscle if you're not doing it excessively. So this is where you can modify that classic push-pull legs split, make the second leg day of the week a running day, and that's it. Or you can perhaps add the cardio session to the 7th day of the week. But yeah, you have to kind of feel that out for yourself. And overtraining is obviously a threat, so just keep that in mind and rest enough. So this is why training 6 times per week is actually the optimal training frequency, in my opinion. And keep in mind that the goal of your training schedule is to allow you to actually do the most productive work without getting injured. That's what I go by, and that is how I program all of my training schedules and how I program others' training schedules as well.